Welcome to Authentic with Brazil 201. I'm your host, Brazil 201, future Golden Globe nominee for Best Podcast. And on today's episode, we're going to talk about Jeffrey Epstein. Now, I never followed the Epstein conspiracy and the whole situation that has taken Trump MAGA world by storm. Now, if you want to hear about the serious allegations with the list, the scandal, the island, all of it, I believe Tara Palmieri on her Substack and her original things at Puck did a whole real detailed thing on Jeffrey Epstein. She knew one of the women who apparently killed herself about 2 months ago. That was deposed in all regards to the very serious things that happened to Jeffrey Epstein and all that. My thing is now that Trump and Pam Bondi and Dan Bongino and Kash Patel and all the other people of MAGA world have said there is no list, no such things exist, and people are like, where are the Epstein files? Now, I have not followed this at all, but I'm curious. I never, from what I understood, I never believed there was a PDF document that, let's say, said Bill Clinton, 13 women, these dates, such and such, right? That is just something that wouldn't exist that way if you've watched any TV show. The way if said PDF document did exist, A, it would probably be encrypted. B, it would be in code, right? It'd be like a location, and each location meant a name, and everything would be code. You've seen the what's it called? The Criminal Minds, the Law and Orders, Bones. What else have we had? House. All of these things when there was always some type of Jeffrey Epstein type episode that involved a Deadpool or a list. It was always in code. It was never plain, open that said name, location, how many women, the ages, etc. It never worked that way. It was always some type of code. Now, do I believe a PDF file that is encrypted that is in complete code that would have to be deciphered with a cipher key exists? That yes, I do. Do I think the U.S. government has it and is it able to translate the code? Probably, I do. I think that part is realistic, right? I assume you guys are still following me here. Now, on the more newer things in regards to the Epstein conspiracy, look, it seems to be MAGA people. MAGA people understand, yes. A lot of very powerful billionaires went to said island. That includes former President Clinton and current President Trump. Now, what I do not understand, because I've seen Sagar from Breaking Points talk about this entire thing, is that Jeffrey Epstein wasn't just a sex trafficker, but he was also like an intelligent asset that allegedly for Israel's Mossad. Now I don't know if this is like a new thing that's a part of it since October 7th, where everyone hates Israel, and now even more since Superman, where we have the Jajapur situation. Okay, and the theory claims that Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, who was the real organizer behind this, ran a blackmail operation using underage girls to compromise powerful men with politicians and businessmen and scientists, right? And that somehow with his wealth, also I have no idea, has his Upper East Side mansion that was worth $100 million ever sold? Because I don't think anyone wants to buy that. Because assume the FBI raided that Upper East Side mansion, and if the list is real, it was probably in the Upper East Side, thing. Maybe it was hidden in a secret wall. I don't know if you guys know this, but a lot of those Upper East Side brownstones, they have secret blueprints and secret walls and things that aren't on floor pans. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was a secret little dungeon in that thing that no one knows how to access. That was underneath the what's it called? Underneath the building, kind of like the JFK tunnels. A lot of people believe Maxine Gladwell's father, Robert Maxwell, was had connections to Israel intelligence. Um, that Epstein was able to record everyone's fucking voice in their houses. I don't know if I listen. I understand the whole. I don't believe he killed himself. Right. I remember the situation and the missing footage in the prison. Listen, we've all seen enough cop shows. And 24. Listen, I don't know if a secret person with superpowers went in and made it look like a suicide. Okay, I don't know what to like do with this. Now, I do find it funny, not funny, but that Dan Bongino, former top 10 podcast host, said, you know, he's upset the list he couldn't find, that it's so hidden. Look, here's a couple things. Had the list existed or whatever during the Biden era, I think Biden would have released it, right? And I know you guys are like, well, okay, well, Biden's incompetent. He could never find anything. Fine. Or they covered it up. Okay. Um, what's his name? Jeffrey Epstein got arrested during Trump 1.0, right? The FBI, the Trump FBI 1.0. I don't know where the list is, man. I don't know. I'm just saying, if I was president, I'm assuming there's got to be an archive. There's got to be somewhere this like hidden PDF file that no one understands, that probably has tons of names, but in code that no one can really understand. Like, I don't know, what would it be? Like, what if they made like apples mean New York, and like fake things like, cheeseburger, hamburger, like shit like that. I don't know. Gotta follow the money, you know. I don't know. Here's the thing. What if it there's a third person who's really in control of it and nobody knows who they are, and they just threw it on them? Like, Epstein was the face, but he wasn't the real person behind the screen. It's kind of like a Nick Fury situation where the Selena Maya character that exists now in Marvel, the Valentina. But yeah, that's what I think.